Hi, I'm Rob, and in this Gems of War video, I'm going to take a look at the Soulforge and tell you what is going on in there. Also going to take a look at this latest glory troop, the Dark Alchemist. Anyway, I live quite close to the sea, like barely a minute's walk away, but I was walking down a beach the other day and I heard a swimmer yelling for help with a shark circling him. I just laughed. I knew the shark wasn't going to help him. Anyway, let's take a look at this latest glory troop, Dark Alchemist. Converts all red gems to web gems, that is purple with the effect of web, and summon a night spider. I actually quite like that spell. Web gems are very effective and has a summon as well, which is nice. And she does have immune to mana drain, silence, verify and web herself. That is really nice when these troops that create web gems or convert a certain colour to web gems actually are immune to web themselves. Stops you being basically affected by your own web gems. Yeah, I like that. I think she's pretty good. I'm going to give her a very generous and very worthwhile 7 out of 10. Make sure you grab her today. Alright, on to the Soulforge. Let's take a look in there. Let's take a look at the weapons first. I'm only going to go over the weapons which are here, which are new. All the ones that are here all the time are in my Soulforge extra video, and I'll leave a link in the description below if you want to catch that. Right, first up is Choker of Zul'Kari. Remove all purple gems, deal magic-based damage to an enemy boosted by gems removed. And if the enemy is from Zul'Kari or if the battle is in Zul'Kari, deal double damage. So a kind of anti-Zul'Kari weapon in a way. Purple is the colour they like the most, and by taking them away, you basically restrict to a large extent what that team should be able to do. So very effective in certain situations. Next up we have Watcher's Blade. Explode magic +1 green gems, grant a random status effect to all Zul'Kari allies, and summon a Zul'Kari troop. So one of the explodey summony weapons I like, certainly worth picking up if you do not have it. What's next? Dark Staff. Does magic based damage to an enemy and deal double damage if there's a dark storm, and create a dark storm. So if you can cast that twice in succession, because it creates a dark storm when it casts, you'll get double damage at least on the second cast most of the time. Pretty cool. What's next? What is next? Dark Shot. Magic based damage to an enemy. Create 5 purple gems boosted by webbed enemies. Now this is a actually really cool weapon. The boost ratio is ×3. So for every webbed enemy, you're going to create 3 more purple gems. So if you have something like an Arachnian Weaver on your team, which when it casts it webs all enemies, that's 12 purple gems straight away. Add that to the 5 original, that's 17 purple gems. And something like Arachnian Weaver uses purple. So that's going to probably charge that up absolutely straight away to cast, do damage, explode gems, potentially do it again. Works fantastically well with Arachnian Weaver, this weapon. So another really good weapon. And it has webbed as part of its upgrades. Very cool indeed. Doomed Potions. Nah, not that great. Give magic +1 life to all allies, +2 per tempering level. Then give 5 mana to all other allies. If the enemy has a doom, give 4 more mana and give 2 magic to all allies, each green enemy. So there's a lot of things that have to be happening all at once for that to work properly. Can be good in certain teams, but not my favourite type of doomed weapon, sorry. Doomed Ram, that's a bit more like it. Does a decent amount of heavy splash damage to an enemy, +4 per tempering level boost. Stun all purple enemies, cleanse all purple allies. Explode 4 gems, and if the enemy has a doom, explode 3 more. So good on a purple versus purple team, especially in Guild Wars, something like that. Nice, nice, nice. Book of Brambles. Deals magic-based damage to an enemy boosted by elf allies. Then create a mix of 6 green and purple gems for each elf ally. So uses red and brown, creates green and purple. So just make sure you've got a couple of other troops on your team that benefit from green and purple. Otherwise you'd be casting that for nothing. And there's no point in doing that. Iranian Bloom. Deals magic based damage to an enemy boosted by Zul'Kari allies. Then makes a mix of green and purple for each Zul'Kari ally. So similar to the other weapon, but this uses yellow and brown. This creates 6 green, 6 and purple for each Zul'Kari ally. So make sure you've got a couple of your troops on your team which use green and purple to benefit from all that lovely jubbly mana. The Nightfall Blade. There's a lot of weapons today. Deal magic based damage to the last enemy, and if they are poisoned, inflict 4 stacks of bleed. Not overly keen on these weapons that don't synergize that well with themselves. does normal damage, but inflicts bleed, which is true damage. Just like, yeah, whatever. What else we got? Any more? Any more? Bound Darkness. Does magic-based damage to an enemy, boosted by purple allies and elf allies. So yeah, has a couple of good upgrades as well. Webbed, Draining, Lightning, all pretty good upgrades. Not bad. Venom Shot. Magic-based damage to an enemy, boosted by all webbed and poisoned enemies, then web and poison them. The Weaver's Tome. Create 6 web gems and gain an extra turn. Not bad. I mean, 6 web gems is not a lot, but the fact it's got an extra turn can actually make the difference for that. So again, yeah, not bad. A lot of weapons there today. Wow. Right, so let's take a look at the troops. We'll start at the bottom and work our way up. Same as before. I'm only going to go over the new troops which are here today. All the ones that are here all the time, like Zulface, Enraged Kurandara and stuff, are going to be in my Soulforge extra video, which will be in the link in the description. So first mythic today is Deathlock Dreilak. Curse and deathmark an enemy, then deal magic-based damage to all enemies below them, then summon Abarath. Does gain 8 magic when an ally is summoned, which is pretty good. It's alright. It's one of those troops which basically forces you to do things in a certain way. To get the most out of the damage, you always have to cast this on the top enemy to make sure you get the damage to all enemies below. You're only going to get the summon benefit if you've lost a troop already, which is not the idea of the game. But of course, if Deathmark does come in, then that can be useful. In fact, it's got Curse as well. It's actually quite useful. But yeah, pretty situational though is Deathlock Dreilak to get the most out of it, really. Leio. Leio, Star Sign, Mythic. Does an equal amount of magic-based damage to an enemy and gains the same amount of armor. So nice symmetry there. Both boosted by all enemy magic. The trouble is, it's just not enough. It could do with a bit more. If it was a little bit more shiny, it would be absolutely great, but it's just not quite enough. Kind of needs a magic boost from someone else on your team to actually make Leio very, very good. But yeah, not the best, unfortunately. Who else have we got? Will of Nysha. Oh dear. Steals 3 magic from all enemies, then deals magic +1 damage to them. Yes, that is it from a mythic. I mean, she does give all purple allies 1 to all stats at the start of each turn, which is good, and reduce damage from spells by 50% is very good. But the spell is just mediocre. I mean, in fact, you know, it's good that she steals magic because basically you're reducing the power of the team you're up against and giving it to yourself, which means if she casts again, it's going to be more powerful the next time when she does that damage to them. But yeah, overall, not that great. Sorry, Will. Not that her name's Will, but you know what I mean. Anyway, I digress. Queen of Sin. She's very horny, as you can see. The size of them horns. She's super horny. And she's got tassels hanging from her orbs of glory. So it's a good start for the Queen of Sin, he says, turning into the fly. Anyway, she deals magic-based true damage to the first 2 enemies, summons Wrath or Lust, then bless all Daemon allies. Kind of wish it was just bless all allies. That would have made her quite a bit better. So you are restricted by having Daemons in your team to benefit from that. But the true damage is pretty good, and the summon is not bad either. It's just not great. But yeah, Queen of Sin. Also, enemies lose 4 from a random skill point when an ally casts a spell, and she does have spell armor as well, and also gains 1 magic when an ally casts a spell. So yeah, funny bunch of mythics this week. No one outstanding at all, really. Alright, let's take a quick look at the legendaries then. Usually I do say to hold on to your diamonds. Don't craft legendaries from here because you're much better off saving your diamonds to craft them. Much harder to get mythics, but there are a couple of exceptions, and King Avalon is one of them. Like, King Avalon, really, really cool troop. Other exceptions, Yao Guai, Tesla, some absolutely exceptional legendary troops which are basically mythic in certain ways. But King Avalon, really, really good. Does damage to all enemies, boosted by elf, elemental and beast allies, and has a summon as well. But also the fantastic Elven Kin. All elf allies start with 50% mana. Really, really cool with Arachnian Weaver, Life and Death. Those elf teams like that works really well with Secret Darkwood. Fantastic troop, absolutely worth crafting if you don't have him. Viper. Does damage to an enemy, poison and charm them. Yeah, she's okay. Charm isn't to be underestimated. It can cause a lot of damage if you've got a high level of attack on your team. So yeah, not bad either. Who else we got? Charybdis does damage to the first enemy and last enemy with independent 10% chances to devour the enemies, boosted by 3% for each submerged ally and enemy. So if you get lucky with that, that can be an absolute game changer. And yeah, Pincer of Doom. I'd say that fellow was pretty much doomed there. Wow. Alright, who else we got? There's one more in there somewhere. The Silken Queen. Eliminate 4 magic or drain 4 mana or steal magic +1 life from an enemy boosted by web gems. Don't like these things that do this, that or the other. I kind of want to know what's going on myself, but could be good in certain teams. And she does create 1 web gem when her turn begins and does have dark ancestry, which is nice too. It's just don't like the random nature of the spell. But who gets my Mythic of the Week? It's not going to be you, matey boy. Just not quite good enough. It's not bad. I mean, Leio just close to being fairly decent. Will of Nysha's rubbish. Well, it's going to be the Queen of Sin. She's very horny, as you can see by what she's wearing on her head. She's got tassels hanging from her orbs of glory, so what's not to like there? Then does true damage with a summon and a bless as well. Not too shabby. Queen of Sin, my Mythic of the Week. Well, there it is. There's the Soulforge video. I'll be back later on with the event videos and epic trials videos and underspire teams and stuff like that. So if you enjoyed this video, be sure to bash that like and subscribe button, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye for now.